Okay, we're gonna start on our colors now. And I think I'm gonna lead with the orange or whatever dominant color that you're gonna use. The dominant color that's in this photo. So I'm actually gonna start with his hat. Now I'm gonna use orange. But in case you don't have an orange, you can use yellow and red. We'll make orange. Just kind of give it equal portions, or to the orange that you like. Okay? All right. I'm going to use a number 8 brush. And I'm actually going to look at where all my orange colors are, and then I'm going to apply them there. Okay, so we got a little orange here. Right here around the bottom part and the side. And right at your ends, make sure your brush is kind of dry, because you want to leave your edges kind of open, kind of feathered, so we can blend the next color. So kind of leave this part open. The brush is kind of dry, because we want to blend the next color right in that same area, okay? So in his hat, he's got a little orange here. And I'm just following the pattern of his hat here. And it's not going to be precise, but it'll be close. I just want to get that orange in there. Leave your edges kind of feathered out, so we can blend that next color in there. Okay? Move along to his hand here. This section of his hand here has that dominant color. So we want to fill that all the way in. Okay, I'm just going to move down. I'm going to paint this section. And I usually paint just a little bit on top of my black lines. And then that way I can make them thinner or thick as I like. And then we're going to do another little bit of orange here. Turn my brush to the side. Get a little orange in there. And I'm going to move down to this drum. The whole top of that drum is orange, or your dominant color that you're using. Go ahead and fill that whole space in. And then at the bottom down here, I'm gonna fill that in. And then if you notice in the photo, we're going to go over and do, let's actually go here first, because the further away, then I don't have to worry about transferring color on my sleeve or on my arm. So I'm going to paint this large section orange. And I'm going to paint it in the direction of my lines. So it's kind of curved around, so I'm going to curve my paint. Okay. Then the inside part of the drum here. I'm gonna add a little orange. Now it's multicolor. Make sure I get those edges. Let's spread it out just a little bit, even though I know there's some yellow and green in there, but it's a little bit of orange. So I'll just feather it out there and we'll blend it in later. This section, right in between, there's a little orange here. So we'll fill that in. And then this section. My brush is semi-dry, but there's enough paint down for me to move the paint without it being too much paint because we're gonna blend colors. Okay, so we don't want too much paint there. Put it up here. And I'm only spreading the paint I already have down. And my brush is pretty dry. Okay. The next section is going to be this larger drum, but here we've got a little color. So we're going to fill this part in. Then the lower half of the drum, you're going to take just a little bit of paint. Your brush can be kind of dry. Just want to go along the edges. Just kind of fill that in a little bit. Got your orange there. And then the higher part of the drum, go in and fill it in with some orange. And then just feather the rest of it out. Because there is some green and some blue in there. Make sure your brush is kind of dry. A little more orangey across the top. And then feather the rest out. And we'll blend those other colors right in. So you just want to move the paint you've already got there. Okay. Then I'm going to move up to this section. And there's a little orange on the upper half. And then feather out that edge. Then we're going to move to his tie. So here there's a little orange. And then up the side of his tie. Just a bit. to this part. A little orange there. This side of his tie, just a little, and then we're going to actually fill the knot in. Okay. Then we're going to move over to the upper part of his hand here. Add a little orange. Not a lot of paint. Keep your brush kind of dry. The back part of this arm here, right across the top. Fill it in a little bit. And keep your brush kind of dry. Okay? Now, you're going to take your smallest brush you have, smallest brush in your packet, and we're going to go in, and these little lines that need to have some orange, we're just going to put a little orange here and there, and then we can add it back a little bit later. But before we do that, let's move to this section here. There's a little bit of orange. Dry. And I'm going to go right along here and just add a little bit of orange. Get in that curve. And then feather it at the end because there is a color blend of blue there. And then over here, we're going to do a nice little strip of orange. Just a strip. All right. Clean our brush. Now, I'm going to go along some of these lines and I'm just going to add a touch of orange here and there. And it doesn't have to be perfect, it just needs to be in those little lines. So I'm going to start back here. And I'm just going to fill in just a little bit of orange here and there. And I can keep my brush kind of dry. And just to make sure we don't have too much color on our ends and we don't get a good color blend. So all these little lines. A little bit of orange here and there. Or whatever dominant color that you're using. Okay. Here in this section. Right around in the curve or anywhere you want to place that color. Down here into the drum. fill in a little orange. There. And let's see. Here in his hat for him. So remember, if you don't have orange in your kit, yellow and red makes orange. And then you can just blend, add, or subtract till you get the orange color that you like. Hat, and I think that pretty much secures all our places that we have orange. Look at the top of the drum here. Not too much because we want to make sure we get those other colors in there. Okay, now that all your orange color is there, it should look something like this.